light therapy and joint pain or joint movement, joint mobility. So this week I've put up posts on neck pain, shoulder pain and knee pain, and part of what I do with people that buy devices off me is that I will write a guide for them for their specific needs, because how your body responds to light is very specific to you, but also how much you need to use the light, where you need to use the light, for how long you need to use the light is also can be quite specific for whatever it is you are trying to get help with. And so this person that bought them needed something for shoulder, neck pain and knee pain, and so I was reading through to make sure there wasn't any new updates, and there were a few new updates on knee and neck pain. So I was putting those references and disseminating or making what the research said simple so people could understand it and therefore get the benefits of the newest and latest research. But what I found myself looking through is just thousands upon thousands of research articles on various improvements. I apologise about the wind. Various improvements to be had through light therapy, even sunlight, and it was a case of so many different aches and pains, whether we're talking about fingers, whether we're talking about ankles, whether we're talking about knees, shoulders, neck, low back, whether we're talking about tendinitis, bursitis, tendinopathy, muscle strains, muscle tears, ligament issues. All these are covered within the thousands upon thousands of research papers that are out there, and the vast majority have positive outcomes. The vast majority have positive outcomes. Not all. I'm not going to lie to you and say yes, 100% of the research articles have positive outcomes, because they don't. And one of the issues with the research is that it is so vast and so broad in terms of the light spectrums that they use, the light wavelengths that they use, the dosages that they use, are really wide ranging, and some people think that as a negative, and I tend to think of it as the opposite. I think of it as a positive, because there is such a wide range of dosages and a slightly less wide range in wavelengths that you start to begin to understand just how important light is to various physical functions within our body. And once you start to understand that, you start to prioritize making sure you get enough light, and supplementing with the light that can provide even more benefits, like the red and infrared light. And so each time someone buys something and I go over the available research to make sure that the guidebook that I'm giving them is the educational content is as up to date as it can be, I remind myself of the positives that there are. And every time I do that, I am amazed that it isn't more widely known, more widely available, and quite simply in everybody's house. Because as I said, from the smallest digits, like on your fingers, to even hip and low back kind of pain and joint pain, etc., all has been shown to be improved, from tendinitis, tendinopathy, ligament pains, muscle strains, muscle tears, return to play protocols, all improved with photobiomodulation or light therapy, with knee replacement, improved with light therapy, with pain and inflammation in other areas, improved with light therapy. So again, I am always amazed And I just want you guys to know that there is something else out there that is drug free, that is non-invasive. You can do it in your own home. You can do it whilst you're sat down a lot of the time, whilst you're doing something else. If you've got portable ones, it takes minutes in the day, and it can be absolutely life-changing. You know, just last week I got that review of someone that can finally grip things, like grip jars and undo jars, because of her finger arthritis. She got a new torch and had it, and within a day she was gripping things like she hasn't been able to grip in years, and undid her first jar. And you know, a while before that, the person that had severe spinal issues and can now bend down and put on her own socks, which to many people we're probably thinking that's not a big thing, but to her it was the biggest thing, because it gave her some kind of something to judge by, and also she wasn't reliant on someone else. She could do it herself. A person that had it for back pain and was off work, and then within 2 weeks of using it, back in work. A person that used it for shoulder pain, same kind of scenario. Another person that was kind of almost lying on the floor at the end of a day, used it prior to going to work, and then when they got back from work, and all of a sudden they're back playing with their kids. As I say, I'm not being hyperbolic when I say it can be life-changing, because it can, and I know full well and first hand just how life-changing it can be, because it allows me to run around with my daughter. It allows me to not be in constant pain with my arthritis. It allows me to not be limping around for the first half an hour. So what can it do for you? As always, have a great day, stay healthy, and good